Hey everyone, today I'll be talking about missing children and how to avoid every parent's worst nightmare of having your kids' names being added to that list. You'll also want to stick around to the end of the video where my son Tyson and I will demonstrate what your child should do if someone grabs them. How many children go missing in Canada every year, and how many of these are seen again? According to Statistics Canada, in 2020, 31,948 children were reported missing. While this seems like a shocking amount, there is some good news. Out of the 31,948 that went missing, 63% were found within 48 hours and 92% were found within 1 week. What may be even more surprising is how the children went missing. The biggest cause of missing children by a landslide is runaways, which last year in Canada accounted for 72% of all missing children's cases. 22% of cases are due to unknown causes, and just 0.35% of all cases being due to an abduction. So when it comes to missing children, the number one thing that we need to look at is why are they running away and what can we do to prevent that? According to the RCMP, when young people run away, the risk of being victimized increases. The dangers may include sexual assault, violence, theft, substance abuse involving drugs and alcohol, homelessness, and gang involvement. It's important to have regular conversations with your children about their safety, not just about the dangers associated with running away, but with all safety aspects. Each one should be ingrained in them so that they know how to react appropriately and immediately when a safety issue comes up. Warning signs your child is thinking of running away can include accumulating money, talking about running away, and substance abuse. Prevention strategies include communicating with your child, getting to know your child's friends and social network, talking to your child about the dangers of running away, and telling your child that you love them. Make sure you communicate to your children that you're on their side and care for them. Offer them a safe haven that they will not want to run away from. Always be willing to listen to their small problems, so when it comes to their big problems, they'll know that you'll be there for them. When looking at the number of children being abducted, the most common assailants are actually parents, and it was split pretty evenly in 2020 between those with a custody order, 48 people, and those without a custody order, 45 people. While 5 abductions were perpetrated by other relatives. While most parental child abductions are resolved, they remain traumatic events in the child's life and can have lifelong effects on the young people involved. Many of the children are traumatized and forced to live like fugitives while living in poverty. If you find your child missing, and especially if you feel they've been abducted, you should call the police or 911 immediately. In Canada, there is no minimum period of time required before reporting your child missing. Let me repeat that. In Canada, there is no minimum period of time required before reporting your child missing. If you believe your child has been taken out of the country, you should ask the police to contact the RCMP's National Center for Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains. Of the 31,948 missing children's cases last year, only 14 were due to abductions by strangers. This statistic can be encouraging. However, when the kidnappings are the work of a stranger, the snatcher has typically targeted the child for sex and has studied the child's habits in order to increase the chances of a successful abduction. These are more acts of seduction than of abduction, where the child goes willingly with the adult only to be victimized later. The abductor monitors the child's routines and behavioral patterns and uses that to convince the child to come with them. It is vitally important to make sure that your children know to stay away from strangers and to teach them to leave any situations that they may not feel comfortable in. Tell your children to get permission before going anywhere, so you know where they are and when they will return home. Some missing children's cases include Amber Hagerman, January 13, 1996. 9-year-old Amber Hagerman is abducted as she rides her bike in a parking lot near the home of her grandparents in Arlington, Texas. January 17, 1996, Hagerman's body is found near a creek about 8 miles from where she was abducted. Her killer is never found and the case remains unsolved. Her abduction and murder led to the creation of the Amber Alert system. Sean Hornbeck. October 2002, 11-year-old Sean Hornbeck is kidnapped while riding his bicycle to a friend's house near his home in Richwoods, Missouri. Megan Kanka. July 29, 1994. 7-year-old Megan Kanka is lured by Jesse Timecodes, a neighbor, into his house across the street from her own house in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Adam Walsh. July 27, 1981. 6-year-old Adam Walsh is abducted from a mall near his home in Hollywood, Florida. His mother had let him look in the toy department at Sears while she looked for a lamp. When she returned, Adam was missing. In 2002, a 15-year-old Kara Robinson Chamberlain was watering her friend's plants when a man drove up in a car and asked her to come closer so that he could give her a brochure. When she got close enough, he put a gun to her neck and forced her to get into his trunk. April 21, 2003. Ariel Castro kidnapped 16-year-old Amanda Berry under the guise of giving her a ride home from her job at Burger King. Between 2013 and February 2020, Canada issued 56 Amber Alerts involving 74 abducted children. Of those, 67 were returned home safely. While some people might complain about their phone going off with an Amber Alert at all the inappropriate times, or the fact that they are hours away from the location of the abduction, the fact is it saves lives. And maybe someday, it will be somebody you know. It's been proven that the surest way to get a child home safely is to get the child's picture in front of as many eyeballs as possible, as quickly as possible. Among the most powerful tools have been pictures posted on shopper bulletin boards at Walmart stores, Amber Alerts, and Facebook postings. While abductions by strangers is one of the least common causes of missing children, it is still possible. Make sure your kids understand they should only accept rides from someone that you have approved of. Check out my video here for a quick tip on how to make sure your kids only go with someone that you have approved. Also, teach them to communicate from a distance with anyone that approaches them. They should not be approaching anybody's car or house by themselves. In the following clip, my son Tyson and I demonstrate what to do if your child is grabbed by someone on the street. It's important to point out that this is meant as a delaying action. The idea is to slow down the attacker enough that there is a chance for help to arrive, or cause the assailant to think that things are taking too long and then they might be caught if they continue. The chances of a child successfully fighting off an adult 2 to 4 times their size is extremely minimal. I went forward in time to see alternate futures, to see all possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many does Tyson win?
One.
Help! Stranger! Help! Stranger! Help! Stranger!
So we're going to take a look at that wrist grab that we were using there, and from here I'm going to grab Tyson's wrist, and then what he's going to do is lift up his front foot nice and high, and he's going to stomp down on my foot, okay? Now, for practice, he's stepping right beside my foot here so he doesn't damage, but what he wants to do is aim for the little bones in the top of my foot. When I grab Tyson's wrist here, what he wants to do first is turn it so that the thinner side is facing outwards, okay? Here, it's the thicker side here. There's more to go through there. When he turns it like this, so when I grab, he turns it, and it's a thinner spot coming through. He's gonna go through the weak spot here. Now, when he does this, he's gonna make a fist with this hand, and then he's gonna grab it with his other hand. Now, if Tyson just pulls right here, there's no way he's gonna get away, okay? So yep, pull, yep. He can pull all day long. I've got strong enough grip that he's not gonna be able to do it. What he needs to do is pry my fist open. So in order to do that, yeah, he's pulling and he's gonna start pushing his elbow towards me here at the same time, just like that. So watch one more time here. When I grab, he grabs and he pries it by keeping everything right there and breaking my grip. So I grab here, and the first thing Tyson's gonna do is rotate his wrist to the smaller side, makes a fist and grabs it, and then he'll do his distraction by stomping on me. And now notice here, he rotates the hand in, and his elbow comes in, and that's what breaks the grip there, okay? He can't just grab and pull his arm, pull. Okay, I can stop him all day, but when he pushes that elbow towards me at the same time, that's how he breaks my grip.
So here when I pick Tyson up, I've told him to do anything he can to distract me. He's kicking, screaming, he's trying to grab my hair there. And when I've put him in the car here, I've told him to run through the car to the passenger front seat door, just in case there's child locks on the back seats there, so he's able to get out there.
Having a child go missing is every parent's worst nightmare. Take the time to talk to your child regularly about what they're thinking and what they're feeling. Teach your children to be pleasant to strangers, but from a distance. And if your child ever does go missing, contact the police immediately. The quicker their picture is out to the public, the better chance they have of coming home safe. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that subscribe button below, like, share, and leave a comment. I'll see you all in the next video.